So I just wanted to record a video of me just kind of going through what you're going to see on your test on Monday, just as a reminder of what we're doing. So factoring. Problem 7 on your review says x squared minus 9x plus 18. Every single time we're making our product sum chart. The right side is our product, the left side is our sum. Our product in this case needs to be 18 because our product is always our last number. Product, remember, is a fancy word for multiply. So our multiply is 18. We need two numbers that add to give us negative 9. So I'm going to put positive 18 on the left side and negative 9 on the right side because negative 9 is my number they need to add up to. So I'm thinking about all the things that multiply to give me 18. Well, starting off, I know 1 times 18 gives me 18. 2 times 9 and 3 times 6. Those are all the things that give me 18. Well, if I start adding those, because on the right side, remember, I need to add them. 1 plus 18 is 19. 2 plus 9 is 11. And 3 plus 6 is 9. But remember that we don't need a positive 9, because notice my number here says positive 9. I need a negative 9. There's actually 3 more sets of numbers that multiply to give us 18. Those 3 sets of numbers are negative 1 and negative 18, negative 2 and negative 9, and negative 3 and negative 6. So if I add those as well, negative 1 plus negative 18, that's negative 19. Negative 2 plus negative 9, that's negative 7. Negative 3 plus negative 6, that set is going to give me negative 9. So the cool thing now is that I know that negative 3 plus negative 6 gives me negative 9. I have my answers for my problem. And my problem factors into x minus 3 times x minus 6. And I'm done. Our next problem, problem 8, we're going to set it up the same way, but there's a problem with it first. So notice that we have a coefficient here in front that's not a 1. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 8 times this 9. I'm going to rewrite that problem. So x squared plus 18x plus 72. And now I know that I need 2 things that multiply to give me 72, and those same 2 things need to add and give me 18. So I'm going to make my product sum chart. So I have 72 and 18. If I start listing out all the things that multiply to give me 72, 1 times 72, 2 times 36, 3 and 24, 4 and 18, 6 and 12, and 8 and 9. So those are all the ways to multiply and get 72. So on the right side, this is my sum side, so I need to add all those numbers. 1 plus 72 is 73. 2 plus 36 is 38. 3 plus 24 is 27. 4 plus 18 is 22. 6 plus 12 is 18, and 8 plus 9 is 17. So the set of numbers that worked here was 6 and 12, because when I added 6 and 12, I got 18. So just like on the previous problem, I'm going to write my 2 parentheses, and we have x plus 6, and we have x plus 12. The only difference is, because the very first thing I did was multiply by 8, I now have to turn around and I have to divide by 8. I have to undo that. So that gives me x plus, okay, I can't actually divide 6 by 8, but I can reduce it. And 6 over 8 reduces to 3 over 4. And then x plus 12 over 8, well, I can't divide 12 by 8, but it reduces to 3 over 2. But I can't leave these as fractions, so what we learned was that our bottom number comes up. We call that the bottoms up method. So the answer is 4x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. And that is my final factorization. Okay, one last problem for you. We have 64x squared minus 49. So notice this problem is different. The reason this problem is different is because there's only 2 terms. And remember, that makes it a binomial. That's called a binomial. And the other thing that makes it different is that there was a minus sign in the middle. So these are the ones that we can factor. There's a trick for factoring them, because the other thing is that each of these numbers is a perfect square. Like 64 is 8 times 8, and 49 is 7 times 7. So I can put an 8 and a 7 in each parentheses with an x, and one time I have a plus, and one time I have a minus. And that is how all of those problems factor. I would also like to remind you that in class I gave you these answers. These are not the entire answers for the problems, but they are one of the two parentheses that you should end up with. So you have that information to help you guys out to make sure that you are doing it right. Remember, if you complete your review, you will get extra credit. Good luck.